Well, hello, Peppy Hen peeps. Let's talk about one of the most beneficial things you can do for your chickens that you probably don't know much about, and that's feeding them proper insoluble grit. This is based on decades of scientific research and scores of published studies dating back into the 1930s. Study after study shows as much as 20% more production with grit than without it. Who wouldn't like saving 20% on their feed bill? Now, don't confuse grit with feed calcium. Grit does not dissolve in acid. Calcium, or oyster shell, dissolves. It turns into liquid and is absorbed as a nutrient. Proper grit is retained in the gizzard for a long time where it performs mechanical functions. Poultry science calls the gizzard the central modulator of digestion, and that's not an overstatement. There's almost nothing more important for poultry health than gizzard development. The gizzard is a muscle. It needs exercise. Mash is a processed feed. It doesn't exercise the gizzard. Gizzards need structural components, especially proper insoluble grit. Now, the gizzards of chickens fed proper grit are up to 50% larger than those lacking grit. Gizzard development results in a multitude of positive responses, including improved stomach function, reduced gizzard pH, increased pepsin activity, increased satiation, longer retention of feed in the foregut, therefore increasing exposure to digestive processes, and perhaps most important, controlled digestive flow into the intestines. It's no wonder that chickens fed proper grit consistently produce up to 20% more eggs with the same feed. They live longer and are healthier. Grit is especially important for free-run chickens feeding on whole grain, plant material, kitchen scraps, and the like. So what is proper grit? Well, we're talking about two things, material and size. Two kinds of rock make good grit, quartzite and granite, which actually works the best. Quartzite is high in quartz or glass. When it wears down, it becomes smooth and glassy. Granite is highly crystalline and is very coarse. When it wears down, it stays coarse. Granite is the ideal grit stone. Look for Peppy Grit at your feed store. If your feed dealer does not carry it, have them contact us to become a dealer.